Good morning everyone. Today we students of class 10 we are standing before you to show our presentation on defense forces. We all know that winning a career in defense forces guarantees a respected position in our country, and many of us are inspired by defense forces and want to join in defense forces. Most of the people join defense forces as a career because they want their life full of various adventures and want to become a respected person and so on. After being selected as defense personnel, you are not the most respected, but you are also the most responsible citizen of the country. It is not easy to be selected or recruited as it needs a wide range of skills which include physical abilities such as strength, and by mentally you also have to be prepared to being calm and stay calm in situation. But for defense aspire, if you can increase your abilities both mentally and physically, you are increasing your chances to being recruited. I want to tell you that there are many branches of defense forces that are Indian Armed Forces, Indian Air Force, Indian Navy, Indian Paramilitary Forces, Indian Police, and many of my friends who are already engaged in that is NCC. At last, I want to ask some question related to defense forces from my audience. So, my first question as follows: who is the Supreme Commander of India? Yes.
General Vipin Rawat. Narvani.
Shall I give options?
Yes.
Okay. President of India, Defense Minister of India, Prime Minister of India, or none?
President of India.
Correct answer. Okay. My next question is, which is the only aircraft carrier being operated in India? Options: INS Virat, INS Vikramaditya, INS Vikrant, or INS Vishal. Yes. No. INS Vikramaditya. Correct. My next question is, what is the other name of Squadron 1 and where it is located? Options are Tigers Chennai, Lions Gwalior, Tigers Gwalior, Lions Jamnagar. Yes?
Tigers Gwalior.
That's correct. Which is the first aircraft introduced in Indian Air Force? It is Hunter, Tufani, Tempest, or it is Falcon? Okay, Harsh? What?
Hunter.
No.
Tempest.
No.
Funny.
No.
No, this question will be nullified because the three options are
Yes,
already
ma'am.
taken.
Already used.
Okay.
It is Vapiti. Where is the headquarters of Indian Army? No, Ritesh. Other please. Okay. It is New Delhi, Nagpur, Mumbai, or Kolkata. Shivam. New Delhi. Yes. Right. What is Agni? It is a missile, pistol, grenade, or caliber. Rishabh. Yes, correct answer. Okay, my next question is, recently India dealt with France by taking how many Rafale planes? 36, 24, 30, or 46? What? Recently, India dealt with France by taking how many Rafale planes? 36, 24, 30, or 46? Yes, sir.
24.
What? No. My mom.
36.
That's correct. Oh, sorry. Okay. My last question is, can you name the full form of INS? INS. Yes.
Indian National Security.
It is. Yes, sir.
Indian National Services. Indian Naval Services.
No.
Yes.
Options? Huh? Yes, no options. It is a very easy
So it
question.
was easy.
I mean, it's very easy question. Shall I give you a hint?
Yes, yes.
Repeat the question.
It is related to Navy.
वो तो हमें पता चल ही गया था जब छोटे
Yes.
Indian Navy Services.
It's a very easy question.
No answer. Okay, let him give the answer then.
Ma'am, it is very good, easy question. Indian naval ship. I mean, question. INS Vikramaditya. It is an aircraft carrier. Indian naval ship, aircraft carrier.
Okay.
INS Vikramaditya. So thank you for answering my question and listening to me till now. Now I want to introduce my mates to introduce a particular branch of defense. Indian defense sector can be understood from the following aspects, which are listed below. India has the third largest army in the world. Do you know who is the first one? What? Do you know?
Start.
Indian defense sector can be understood from the following aspects, which are listed below. India has the third largest army, its forces in the world. Do you know who is the first one? US. It is the world's fifth largest spender on the defense. India's annual defense budget for financial year 2018-19 was about 2,95,511 crore at each stage. It spent approximately 35% of its defense budget on capital.
Equipment in Indian Armed Forces. The Indian Armed Forces symbolize the ideals of service, patriotism, and composite culture of the country. Equipment to the armed forces is voluntary to the it is open to the all citizens of India, respectively caste, class, region, and community, provided the laid down physical, medical, and educational criteria and right. UPS Recruitments of Commissioned Officer. The UPSC recruits the commissioned officers in the armed forces by conducting mainly the two all Indian competitive examinations that are NDA and NA, CDS and Short Service Commission entry.
There are two ways to become an Indian Army officer. The first one is Permanent Commission PC, which means that you will be going to serve the Indian Army till the age of 60. And there are two ways to become a Permanent Commission officer. The first way is through UPSC entry, and here also it is divided into two types of exam, which is NDA and CDS. You can give NDAE while studying in 12th grade or passing 12th grade. So basically it is eligible for non-graduate candidates. The second way to become a permanent commission officer through UPSC entry is to give CDSE while studying in final year of college or after doing graduation. Now I will tell you about the second way to become a permanent commission officer, which is through non-UPSC entry. So basically there are 5 ways to join through non-UPSC entry, which are TBC entry, EC entry, TBC AEC entry, and then plus to TPS entry. Now I will tell you about Short Service Commission SSC, which means that you will be going to serve the Indian Army for 15 to 20 years. So there are two ways to become a Short Service Commission officer. The first way is to join through UPSC entry, which includes SSC non-technical, and the second way is to join through non-UPSC entry, which includes NCC, MNS, SSC technical, AET, and RBC. Now I will tell you about two ways to do military nursing service in Indian Army. So the first way to do military nursing service is through undergraduate entry, which includes written test, interview, medical examination, 4-year BSc nursing, and permanent or SSC commission. Now I will tell you about the second way, which is through postgraduate entry, which is only for BA, BBBSc, and MSc graduates only, and it includes written test, interview, medical examination, and SSC commission.
B and Air Warriors. Career in Indian Air Force. We can start career through flying branch, example fighters, transport and helicopters. Technical branch, example mechanical, electronics. Ground duty branch, example administration, accounts, logistics and education. Now see about the career opportunities in Indian Navy. We can start career through executive branch, example navigation and direction, pilot, observer and submarine. Engineering branch, electrical branch and education branch.
Now let's talk about some paramilitary forces. The first one is Indian Coast Guard. You can join as Indian Coast Guard, Auxiliary and Sailor entry. The next one is Central Armed Police Forces. Indian paramilitary forces have also recruited for various posts time to time. Following are the 5 Central Armed Police Forces which comes under the purview of Minister of Home Affairs. Border Self-Security Forces (BSF) is a border guiding force of India. It is a union government agency under the administrative control of Ministers of Home Affairs. It is one of many law enforcement agencies of India. It currently stands as the world largest border guarding forces. Central Industrial Security Force (CISF) is a premium multi-skilled security agency which provides security covers to the nuclear installations, space establishment, airports, seaports, power plants, sensitive government building, and even heritage monuments. Now, talk about some detailed information related to the recruitment of the Central Industrial Security Forces. Central Reserve Police Forces (CRPF) is an armed forces of the Union of India with a basic role of striking reserves to assist the state and union territories in police operations to maintain laws and order and containing insurgencies. Indian Indo-Tibetan Border Police (ITBP) is a specialized mountain force, and most of the officers and men are professionally trained mountaineer and skiers. SSB is a border guarding force under the administration and control of the Minister of Home Affairs.
Assam Rifle. It is a appointed organization with 46 battalions, it associated command and administrative backup.
National Security Guard. It is a task-oriented force and has two complementary elements in the form of Special Action Group, comprising army personnel and the Special Ranger Force, comprising personnel drawn from the Central Paramilitary Force, State Police Force. All the personnel are deputation.
As you can see, the anti-exams, here you can see academic eligibility, nationality, SSB test, interview, anti-exam pattern, age eligibility.
Explain because we are not able to see from the last. Just read on the headings.
Academic eligibility, army, you can join from 12 and Navy and Air Force, after 12, physical and mathematical compulsory ranks में nationality में one citizen of India or a subject of Bhutan or a subjective of Nepal. SSB test and interview conducted in September to October and January to April. Object type, negative marking. Anti-exam pattern conducted in July and September. MCQ type question, negative marking. Age eligibility. Category are general or OBC, SC and ST. Upper age limited 16 half or to 19 half. As you can see,
Here you can see all you need to given an NDA exam. There is academic eligibility, that is you can give by Army, Navy and Air Force. In Army, in 12 you have to be given 10 plus 2 package. In Navy and Air Force, after 12 you have to be given 10 plus 2 package. That is compulsory subjects are physics, chemistry and maths compulsory. Next is nationality. You have to be the citizen of India or a subject of Bhutan or a subject of Nepal. Next is ND exam pattern. It is conducted in July and September. It is based on MCQ and there is a negative marking also. Age eligibility. There is general, OBC and ST category and the age limit is 16 years, 16 and a half years to 19 and a half years. Then you come to SSB test interview. It is conducted in September to October and January to April. And there is an objective time and negative marking also. First stage, it is officer test intelligence rating or OIR test. There is a picture perception description test also. In stage 2, you have to give interview, group testing, officer task, psychology test and common test.
Next. And
we can find out what is the difference between NDA and CDS. So, in each criteria, in NDA, the age criteria is 16.5 years. In NDA is 16.5 years to 19.5 years, whereas in CDS 19 to 25 years. Eligibility age criteria is both men and women in NDA and CDS can apply. Education qualification. In NDA, 10 plus 2 is compulsory and CDS degree is compulsory. Selection process. In NDA, written plus SSB is given, and in CDS, written plus SSB is also given. Frequency of exam. In NDA, it is held twice in a year, and in CDS, it was also held in twice in a year. Training center. The training centers of NDA is NDA Pune, IMA Dehradun, INA HG Malab, IAF Hyderabad. Training centers of CDS is IMA Dehradun, INA Azimala, IFA Hyderabad, ODA Chennai. First rank of the NDA